All right, so I want to start with something and I'm going to open ChatGPT right now and type in a query. Just watch my screen. So I'm looking for the best dermats in Bandra, and this is what it's showing me right now. Look at what is coming up. There are three names, maximum five, and these are the businesses that are going to get phone calls this week from people who never opened Google, never scrolled through the 10 blue links, and never compared five websites. They asked a simple question, got a straightforward answer, and called the first name they saw. Now, here's what I want you to sit with for a second. Every single dermat in Bandra who's not on that list just became invisible to the fastest growing search channel that has ever existed. That is what this workshop is about. Not the theory of why AI matters, not predictions about the future. I'm going to show you the exact framework that got my clients onto those lists, the same processes I run for my businesses across Mumbai, Delhi, Dubai, in the US. And I'm going to walk you through it step by step so that you can start doing it for yourself. Let's get started with the exact AI search playbook that I have prepared for you today. So I typed one question and three names popped up, or max five names popped up. This is what AI search is about, giving you direct answers to what you're looking for. Initially, what used to work is that there were 10 blue links on Google, and you could be number seven and still get traffic. But right now in AI search, AI picks only a handful of businesses and speaks them out loud. If yours is not one of them, the buyer never learns that you exist. And that is the biggest problem that we are solving today. We are not in the wait and see phase right now. ChatGPT has crossed more than 800 million weekly active users globally. And Gemini is baked into almost every single Google product that your customers are already using. Perplexity is growing at an insane rate that most SaaS companies are getting super, super jealous about. And Siri is now integrated directly into ChatGPT. This means all the people are now looking for answers on AI directly or indirectly. And this is not just some basic work. People are searching for services, they are comparing products, they're looking for recommendations for businesses that they actually want to spend their money with. But I want to bring this closer to home because global stats can feel a little abstract. And in India specifically, something interesting is happening. Google itself has rolled out AI overviews into the Indian search results. That means every single person in your audience who thinks they are using the Google the old way is actually not true. People are not just typing queries and getting the 10 blue links that they're clicking. They are using AI regardless of whether they want to or not because it's integrated into the system. Summaries are pulling out the top sources and leaving everything else out. And if your business is not there right now, that is a big, big, big problem for you. Think about what it means for your business. Traditional Google rankings used to mean you were one option among the 10. A AI citation and an AI answer means that you're one or two or three of the businesses that AI recommends at most. And you are the one that gets selected amongst the 200, 300 other businesses that are already on the internet. The pie did not just get smaller, it got entirely replaced by a curated shortlist, and you can either be on it or be nowhere. So that is what this workshop is going to be about. The window is a lot narrower than it looks. I'm not saying to scare you or something like that. I'm just saying it because it is the truth of how these systems are working. And I would rather have you hear it from me than from someone who's seen data of dozens of clients and figure it out from 18 months when the gap feels almost impossible to close. One in four Google searches in India right now are showing up on AI overviews as an answer. The cheapest moment to start ranking on AI was a year ago. The second cheapest one is going to be this week because in no time it's going to be very expensive to actually catch up on these rankings. And that is exactly not where we're supposed to be. What we're going to do is walk through this entire process today. Hi guys, I'm Prithvi Jadwani. I am the founder of the SEO School. Currently, I manage over $4 million in monthly revenue for my clients that I bring them through SEO organically. This is not through paid ads. This is not through search engine marketing. This is purely through AI and SEO. So this AI search SEO enables me to work with clients in multiple countries and rank them not only on the first page of Google, but also on the first page of AI searches. So I want you guys to follow me on all the platforms that I basically put out content on. I am there on X. I post content on two of my platforms on Instagram, on the SEO School, on Prithvi Jadwani and SEO with Prithvi. And I also create long form content to give you exact breakdown of businesses on my YouTube page. I'll be linking to all of these businesses at the end of this masterclass. And the reason I specifically mentioned the SEO School is because whenever there are changes happening in the AI SEO industry, literally in that week, Google is pushing out a new update, or OpenAI is changing how browsers work, or Perplexity is adding a completely new citation format. The tactics need to adapt in real time. And the SEO School is where I push those updates live, usually within hours of something changing. So if nothing else, follow the SEO School account and you will see a lot of what happens live within a few hours of it happening. Enough about me. Let's actually get into the exact thing this community is all about. In the next 90 minutes, I'm going to give you an exact idea on the 4-step framework that you can use to get yourself or your clients cited by AI, on how AI engines actually work, how do ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, Google AI Views, Copilot actually rank your business, how they are different and what sources they use on their own to rank your business. One live case study for one of our clients that we currently have. It's a US-based jewelry company, and it is currently ranking about Tiffany, Cartier, and Bulgari in AI searches. The next thing that we're going to focus on is the India-specific tactics that you can use on Reddit, Quora, your schema, entity work that fits the Indian market. The fifth thing is the one tip that I would keep. We're going to be walking through Answer the Public and the exact method to figure out the queries that you need to get cited on these AI platforms. And finally, we're going to talk about the mistakes that are a waste of time and money and what to not do if you're doing AI SEO. So how does AI search actually work? All right, so now you understand the landscape. Search is everywhere. AI is pulling from everywhere. And your job is to be visible across as many as those surfaces as possible. The next question is obvious. How do these platforms actually decide which business to name? I'm not going to bore you with the technical mechanics of how RAG models work or how embedding space map semantic similarity works. This is very interesting to me, but I'm going to tell you exactly how to make good decisions to rank on AI. What you need is an operational model. The three things that determine whether your business gets named when someone asks ChatGPT for a recommendation. Number one, the entity clarity. What the model understands what you are, what you do, and how you operate. This is whether the AI has a clean, unambiguous representation of your business. If your business name is generic, if your website does not use schema markup to declare what entity you are, if your NAP data, name, address, phone number data, is inconsistent across directories, the model is confused and you will not rank on AI. To rank on AI, you need to get the basics and the foundation correctly all of the time. A confused AI model does not recommend your business. It recommends the businesses that it is confident about because the data is similar across all platforms. Number two is the topical density. Does your name appear in each and every single enough independent sources talking about the topic that the user is actually asking about? I'll give you an example. If someone is asking for a best interior designer in Delhi NCR for 3 BHK apartments, and your business name appears on your website, in a Reddit thread, and a YouTube video, and in a Quora answer in any of these three industry directories, all talking about interior design for apartments in Delhi, that is called topical density. You're not just claiming you are an authority. Multiple sources on multiple platforms are confirming that you are the authoritative source for that industry. The model notices that pattern. So this was number two, which is topical density. Moving on to the third and the most important one, which is format compatibility. Is your content structured in a way that the model can actually extract and attribute value from it? If your blog post answers a question that the user is actually looking for, or a blog post answer the question that is buried in the fourth paragraph after 3 paragraphs of reading through everything. The model will skip it if your answer is way down in the paragraphs. So you need to make sure that whatever questions you're answering is in the first source itself. AI models are not meant for reading your content the way a human does. They are going to be scanning for extractable, self-contained answers that they can cite confidently. And if they cannot do that, you will not rank at all on AI search. This is exactly how AI search works. So Google crawls, AI retrieves and speaks. By this, we mean Google basically has its crawlers that go through the web. They index your page, they rank them with signals, and they show you a few links. But how AI works is entirely different. When you ask a question, AI fetches the best sources that it finds. It writes one answer and it names 3 to 5 businesses. If you do not click, AI has already decided it for you. You do not need to think about it too much. AI has done the grunt work in the background. What AI is exactly doing is seeing the sources that relate to that particular query and on how many platforms they're actually ranking. That is how AI overviews work. Now I'm going to walk you through not only a case study, but every single possible way on how you can rank on different AI platforms. This is going to be very interesting. So I want you to pay attention to this. Ranking on all AI platforms is very, very different from each other. It is not the same on ranking on Google AI reviews. It is different to rank on Perplexity. It's different to rank on Copilot. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. How it works on Google AI overviews is that a layer on top of normal Google search is where it pulls its answer from directly. That means it pulls from the pages that already rank well and it summarizes them. If you are doing SEO correctly, if you have your foundations in place, you show up here almost for free. What you need to do right now is to keep traditional SEO going if you want to rank on Google AI overviews and build the backlinks, have the schema markup, have content in depth, and the old work pays for it. This compounds over a long period of time. So if you're doing SEO correctly, you will rank on Google AI overviews. There's no way to game this one. This just needs to be consistent effort. We got 243 citations earned for one of our clients on Google AI overviews just from the content we've posted for them on their website. Next, ChatGPT. This is a very important source for ranking on AI search. How it works is every single time you browse something on ChatGPT, ChatGPT pulls it from Bing's index, pulls it from Google, pulls it from every single AI source on the internet. How often your name shows up on Google search exactly defines how you are trusted, and that is what ChatGPT pulls. The more places that mention you on Google search, the more rankings that you'll have on ChatGPT, the faster your business will get recommended. Exactly what you need to do is to build a web of mentions. What I mean by it is you need to be present on Reddit, Quora, YouTube, all the directories talking about the same topic. Later in this workshop, I'm going to show you exactly how to do this with an example. We got 63 ChatGPT citations that just came from stacking the correct blog posts, making sure the NAP consistency, name, address, phone number consistency was maintained across all directories, and all the social signals until the models could not ignore the brand. We were present on Google My Business. We were present on all these citations. We had enough backlinks to the website, and we had the same mentions across Instagram, Reddit, YouTube, their website, and every single source out there. Moving on from here, we have Perplexity. Now, this is a third out of the 5 engines that actually matter for your business. Perplexity works in a slightly different way from ChatGPT and Google AI overviews. What happens in Perplexity is that it retrieves fresh sources in real time. So this is real time, real data, and shows you the citations openly. Reddit threads are where it gets maximum of its citations from. Reddit threads from last week often beat polished blog posts from last year. So the more relevant your content is on platforms like Reddit, the more likelihood you have to rank on Perplexity. What to do for Perplexity? Be present on Reddit. Reddit is one of the main sources for this platform. Have genuinely helpful comments, have unbiased views, do not create brand accounts and promote yourself, and write recent blog posts with clear visible dates so that AI can see that the content is recently updated. That is the way you rank on Perplexity. And on Gemini, this is the most difficult platform right now to rank on. It does pull from Google's knowledge graph, but there is a clear requirement of a clean entity data to rank on Gemini. Gemini is very, very picky about who it names. If you want to be if you are a real entity business, you have been in the industry for a while, and Gemini can actually pull out sources from all across the internet, even your company name, your company details. That is when Gemini will rank you. Your schema markup on every page needs to be top notch. Your Google My Business profile is the key factor of ranking on Gemini, and you can have your Wikipedia also fulfilled. This is when businesses actually show up on Gemini. Now, moving on to the last and one of the most fun engines to rank on, it is Microsoft Copilot. Before I start with this one, I just have to tell you why these are the 5 engines to rank on. Platforms like Ahrefs, Moz, SE Ranking, SEMrush, they actually track citations and they actually track rankings from these 5 platforms, because here is where maximum majority density of people who are looking for answers through AI are searching. And this is where the maximum distribution is there. These are the 5 engines that you only need to care about, nothing else, absolutely. So moving on to Microsoft Copilot, how it works on Copilot is basically the same Bing retrieval layer as ChatGPT. It's slightly tuned to a different level. Now, Microsoft also pulls from Bing, and Microsoft loves its own ecosystem. If you have articles going out on LinkedIn, yes, LinkedIn SEO is also very important. Microsoft will prefer it. Microsoft will cite you. Microsoft Copilot will show up your brand in its AI searches if you do that. What to do for this one? Show up on LinkedIn, take it very seriously, build a topical authority on the platform, talk about what you do in long posts, in article forms. That is what you can post. You can also write on company pages through company page updates and influence AI to rank you, especially Microsoft Copilot. It is super underused, it's super underrated by most Indian businesses. And I am telling you, this is one of the easiest platforms to rank on for AI searches today. So do this and you will show up on Microsoft Copilot too. This is what winning across AI search is going to look like. Each number is a separate strategy, the same 4 steps, tuned to the engine's appetite, the way the engines like it. Here is the exact result that we've gotten for our client, which is a jewelry brand, and all the platforms that they are ranking on. They're ranking on Google AI overviews. For 53 pages, we've got 243 AI overview answers. For ChatGPT, we've got 63 of them. For Perplexity, we've got 56 of them. Gemini is 24, Copilot is 26, and total is 412. Now, as big as these numbers sound, it's very difficult to do this. It takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of effort to get here. So it's more than amazing to have these kind of numbers, which we pull in for most of our clients. So the pages that are currently ranking on #1 on AI answers are over 2,000 pages combined. And the top 3 keywords are more than 4,217. This is an absolutely insane number that we've achieved. So I'll walk you through exactly the keyword that we ranked our client for. Before we do this, I also have the 4-step framework that I want to walk you through. So we will do that as well. Right now, if we go to see the best diamond chains for men or the best gold chains for men, we have actually ranked a business above Tiffany, Cartier, and Bulgari. This is for a brand in the US. We are also currently doing it for brands in India. And one thing you got to understand about AI searches is that it is severely underrated in our country. Right now, not a lot of people are actually ranking for AI. So it's a huge gap in the market that we can absolutely fill. What we did was do this exact structure to get recommended on AI. AI uses 3 questions to pick who to recommend. Firstly, AI actually sees if your business is legit. Is it a real thing? Does AI understand what you're doing? Does AI understand what you sell? Does AI understand how you operate, where you operate, that you actually exist? AI cannot come to your business, see for, checking out your store or stuff like that. But AI can do it across the internet by deploying different crawlers. There are schema markups. There are business reviews on platforms like Trust, Yelp, Copilot, Just Dial, multiple other directories that it actually sees before ranking you. It makes sure that your business is legit before giving this information out to people. Google business profile being the most important one out of them. The second thing is, does your business get mentioned a lot across the platforms on the internet? Is your business having a website? Is your business talking about the same topic throughout all the platforms? Is your business on Reddit? Is your business on YouTube, Quora, or other directories? And the third thing is, can AI quote you cleanly? By this, it means that your content is structured in such a way that AI actually comes to your website, AI actually comes to your platform and understands it simply. Is your content answer first? Are you solving a problem before going into the depth and the background about that exact problem? Do you have clean headers? Do you have clear FAQs that people are actually looking for? If AI can find these signals on your website, AI will recommend your business. And if you miss any one of them, you do not get recommended. Here's the 4-step framework proven on one client that we have currently gotten. And I will be walking you through this one right now. So this is the core of our workshop. 4 steps. I'm going to spend about 6 minutes on each one, and every step is going to end with the specific thing you actually do next week. Not think about it, not consider it as your strategy, the actual task. This is a little in detail, so I want you to pay attention to it right now. The step 1 is the entity and authority foundation. It is the most unsexy part and everyone skips it, and that is why businesses are not ranking on AI no matter how good your content is. You need to make sure that your business exists as a clear, well-defined entity in the eyes of these AI systems. There's a way to game the systems, and that's exactly what you have to do. Schema markups on your website, person schema if you are a personal brand, product and service schema for what you sell if you are an e-commerce brand, local business schema with your city and service area if you are a service business, and FAQ page schema for any other questions on your website that your customers are actually asking you day to day when you are running your business. For those of you in this room running businesses in India specifically, there is a nuance here. Local business schema for Indian cities needs to be precise about the city hierarchy. Mumbai versus Bandra versus South Mumbai versus MMR. Because AI models are trying to match user queries to geographic entities. So if your business is mentioning the geography that you operate in, it is much easier for the AI to cite you, and it will be able to give more precise answers about where you operate, and it is more likely to show you up in hyper local queries. If I'm sitting today in Bandra and looking for the top doormats, I will be able to see the top doormats in Bandra on those sources that have been cited across multiple platforms. If a doctor is mentioned for solving a problem, which is acne scars in Bandra, he needs to have his articles on LinkedIn, on Instagram, maybe a same piece of content goes out on his website, a particular FAQ page is answered through that. Beyond this, if you want to rank on these AI search engines, your Google business profile needs to be fully populated, not the basics only. Every single field needs to be filled correctly and to the exact thing that you're solving. Every category, every photo updated once a week, every service listed on your platform, and every attribute checked on there. This is the single richest structured data source that Google's own AI systems, Google's AI reviews draw from, and it feeds into the knowledge graph that other platforms like Gemini and other AI platforms reference from. All AI platforms reference from Google, whether they say they're running their different crawlers on your website or not, they are referencing everything from Google. You need entity consistency across these top directories in your relevant niche. Pick 50. I know it sounds a lot, but consistent entity mentions across 50 directories like Just Dial or some other directories out there, Yellow Pages or something like that. You need to be present over all of these companies or over all of these listicles with your current business name, in the same way your current address format, in the same way your current phone number, and make some description of what you do that is mentioned on your website and all other social platforms. If your business is large enough to qualify, you can create different wiki data pages, and that is worth doing even today because it is getting referenced by every AI platform since the answering format is very easy. So your Monday morning task is going to be very simple. Audit your schema markup. If you do not have it, implement it. And then you have to implement local business schema. If you do not have it, run it through Google's rich results test. And that is available on Google, and fix any errors that you might have. Then you can pick up the top 20 directory listings and make sure your NEP consistency is there across through all of them. That is how you want to show up on AI search. I'm going to walk you through exactly what we did to get the results that I've recently shown you on the previous slide. This is for a brand, which is a jewelry company. It's an Atlanta-based jewelry company. And here's exactly what we did to rank above Cartier and Tiffany. This is the most difficult thing to ever do because these brands are spending millions of dollars on SEO. And our customer did not spend millions of dollars. We got them ranking without spending that much money and create a huge business impact for them. Almost $2 million a month comes from organic SEO and organic AI search results today. So what was the exact thing that we did for them? I'm going to show you right now. So the first thing is a complete on-page SEO overall. Your product description pages and your category pages for over 10,000 products were optimized through programmatic SEO, so that every single page has keywords aligned, has the correct queries aligned that AI can actually cite. Whether it's in your title tags, H1 tags, meta descriptions, it needs to be the same every single place, and it needs to be through multiple pages. You cannot answer multiple questions or stuff multiple queries in a single page, because then Google considers that as keyword stuffing, and that is not where you want to be. The next thing is a hyper detailed schema markup. I keep on repeating schema markup quite frequently because it is that important for AI rankings. We did the product schema, FAQ schema, and the jewelry store schema. So Google and AI engines read the pages as a verified entity. We had all the breadcrumbs in place. We had all the products, FAQs in place, and that was the super important part of it. The next thing we did was answer first in every blog. Now, this is the place most businesses make a huge mess and a huge problem. You need to answer the question your client or your customer or the person you're trying to sell to is asking in the first line itself. If you're not answering the question, if you are beating around the bush and giving a description on how things work instead of answering the question, you are not going to rank on AI searches. And I'm being very honest about it, no matter how hard you try. So instead of trying to write extremely long blog posts or extremely long articles, focus on this one and very important thing, and that is answering the question in the first two lines. Now your bounce rate might increase because people have found the answers, but people will be able to see your website as an AI cited source, and that is what is going to get you the conversions. Don't think about bounce rates because people are leaving because they found the answer. Think about AI actually recommending your business and people actually ending up buying from you. That is the most important part, and that is a mindset shift that you need to have if you're doing AI SEO today. This is exactly the kind of results that you can expect for your business if you do it correctly in the way that I've shown you. And this is exactly what we did too. We walked through the entire entity clarity and trust signals and the schema markups right now. What you do not need to do for AI. Now I'll tell you this exact thing. If you don't have a schema, you have a random page with some text on it, and AI has to guess what you are. What do you think is going to happen? AI will not know who you are, right? Guessing means skipping you. AI does not understand your business. It will skip you. If you've written random things, if you're a jewelry business, if you've written random things about gold or silver or diamonds on your website and priced it at something around 1,200, 1,500, or you don't have reviews and you don't have the rankings, AI is not going to recommend you. AI does not want to show businesses that are incomplete and inconsistent through our platforms. What it actually wants is it wants to look at your business and be confident about it. AI wants to look at you and trust you. So you need to have an exact description of what your product is, what your brand is, what are the ratings, how many people have actually rated or bought the product, and the exact price range that your product is operating in, whether it's in stock or not. This is how AI actually understands what is working for you and can treat you as a verifiable source. Now, there are more than 50 plus directory listings that we've done. Same phone number every time. Most people miss out on this one thing. If you have different locations for your business, make sure that you use one phone number across all platforms, and your business name needs to have no errors in it. If your business is mentioned on, let's say, one street, if you're writing ONE space street, STREET, in one directory, and in the other directory you're writing ONE space ST dot. Even if you're not writing ST dot instead of STREET, AI will not recommend your business because it thinks those are two different words. That is the nuance of AI, and that's how deep you have to actually go when it comes to name, address, and phone number. This is very important because it's the most basic foundational thing that AI picks for your business. And moving on to how you should actually write your articles on your website, how you should actually write your posts. Write it for the machine. As much as people say that you need to write it for the person who's reading it, if the machine understands what you're writing for it, the people will understand it too, because the machine is programmed in such a way that it understands what people are looking for. So write for the machine. Build a pillar and cluster architecture on your website. A pillar post is basically one topic, and cluster posts are basically micro topics or subtopics inside it. I'll give you an example of how this exactly works in the next slide. So let's say we have a jewelry business that we have to do it for. And this is what we did for a client of ours. The pillar post was diamond jewelry essentials. Now our topic to cover was diamond jewelry, and everything around it also needed to be covered. So we created 16 different pages mentioning 16 different things specifically about diamond jewelry essentials. This is the exact map that we built. This is the exact architecture that we built that works for our clients right now. So the first thing is finding a perfect place. So we have to write about finding the exact essential product that people are looking for. The second article was how to actually layer the pieces. So if you're wearing diamond jewelry, you need to know about these essential things to do. And inside that, you need to know how to actually wear the jewelry, the value, the quality, how to clean, care. So basically, if you go to look at these 16 pages, they're nothing but FAQs that people actually have. These are the queries that people are actually having or need to know about the information about this particular topic. And that is what the subtopics or the cluster pages need to be about. Every cluster page will link back to the pillar page through an internal linking formula. And every cluster links to 3 to 4 of the other clusters. So that when Google scrollers come on your website, they are actually stuck in the same web and they understand the loop in which these internal links work and the source they get cited back to. So when they get cited back to the pillar post, which is diamond jewelry essentials, it will rank you for that keyword in AI searches. And AI reads this web as a topical authority. This is how you become an authority for AI. This is how your business gets recommended. Answer first, explain second always. Like I mentioned to you before, you do not need to write about, let's say I have a question, right? How much does a diamond chain cost? Diamonds have fascinated humans for centuries, and I start writing stories about what a diamond is and how a diamond is. Do you really think AI is going to recommend my business? It's not. And the reason why AI cannot recommend my business is it is not getting an answer to the question. If the reader is stopping and scrolling, then AI has already not cited your business. The reader needs to get the answer instantly and does not need to scroll through your website. This might hurt your website time engagement with the user, but it gets you recommended on AI, and AI is where the search is moving. So if you're not doing that correctly, that is where you're missing out on. So how do we answer this question appropriately or correctly? How much does a diamond chain cost? I start by directly addressing that exact question. A real diamond chain, real being the very specific keyword here, diamond chain typically cost between $800 and $15,000. I have answered this to AI. AI knows that my company sells a diamond chain for anything between $800 to $15,000 range. Now AI knows exactly what it needs to show on its platform when people are looking for diamond chains between $800 and $15,000. And there are a lot of people that are actually looking for it. That is where I'm going to shine. That is where my business is going to show up. And that is the exact kind of customer I want to reach through to AI. Now I can go on to describing this further in the second or third and fourth paragraph about what the carat weight is, how it affects the price, about what the chain length is, what is the purity of the gold. So that is exactly the structure you need to follow to show up on AI. This is the exact on-page checklist we run on every single page to rank it on AI. And this is exactly what you need to do too. This is like a cheat code. So you can screenshot it. Maybe I'll post this video later on YouTube, or you can, ask me for it later. But this is something that I want you to steal from me. This is extremely valuable. And if you just follow this structure, your business has a higher chance of getting recommended by AI. So how this exactly works is you need to have your exact keyword in your page title, regardless of what you do. It is a signal, it is very important. You need to have that same keyword in the meta description. You need to have it in the H1 tag. You need to have it in the first paragraph within the first 100 words. You need to have it at the bottom in the FAQ section, targeting longer queries that people have. Longer queries typically have a lower rate of search, but they have a very high buying intent. And that is exactly the customer you want. You do not want 10,000 people to come to your website and not buy anything, but you need those 100 people that are coming to your website. And out of those 100, 50 actually end up buying. That is the kind of crowd you want to attract. And that is how you can influence AI to do it for you without you actually putting in that effort. The next and the last most important thing is having a clear URL structure with subcategories. If I have a URL structure exactly defining what my product is and breaking it down to the subcategory. So website name, category, subcategory, that is how my business is going to get recommended. If I start placing it in the form of SKUs, AI is not going to understand my SKUs. AI does not know what is going on in my backend, how my company or how my business works, or how my systems are placed. So it will not be able to rank me. But if I have a clear direction to give to AI, a clear structure to tell AI on how this thing works, AI will be able to go ahead and actually, rank my business through the platforms. I hope this part is very clear. Can I have a thumbs up in the comments to know how many guys are exactly understanding this so far? Beautiful. I have a lot of people. And I know you guys cannot speak right now, but I'm going to open the pool for questions at the end of this conversation. Just hold with me for a while more, because I actually want to give you the exact value that you're looking for, the reason you joined the masterclass, and the reason that you want to get your business ranked on AI. I want to give you the entirety. I want to give you the entire structure so that you can do it yourself tomorrow and you are educated about it, even if you are hiring someone to help you do it tomorrow. And this is what is exactly working. This is the block structure that I charge my clients a lot of money for, and I am giving it to you for free today on this call. This is exactly how I do it. This is my formula of doing it. I'm gatekeeping absolutely nothing on this call. So this is how we do it. The first thing is the title. Make sure what your business is exactly talking about, or what that page is exactly talking about. Make sure you have the year mentioned in it. AI sees relevancy a lot. If I am writing an article in 2026, it is going to pick up the most latest updated content for my website. If you have the 2025 guide, it might not get cited for 2026 results, but if someone is looking for a 2025 guide, they'll be able to see that page. So you need to create pages like this every single year. The second thing is, how much does a diamond chain cost? So this is your H1 tag. So you need to have the exact question answered in your H1 tag. The first paragraph of the structure needs to have your entire description on the problem that we have in the H1 tag. So H1 tag is basically the question, query, and your first paragraph is giving the answer directly. The next thing is the internal links. So you have a pillar post that gets connected through these different cluster posts, and that's it. There's Diamond Jewelry Essentials, and there are different posts inside it. So make sure that you have internal links going correctly so that the person can browse through the next platform, or the AI crawlers can go to the next platform easily. And the last part is the FAQ blog. Answer only 6 long tail questions with direct quotable answers. Make sure you are giving these queries which are exactly being asked by your customers, or you can go through answerthepublic.com and figure out what people are actually looking for. You can use your AI tools at like Ahrefs, SEMrush, Moz, SE Ranking to know exactly what people are searching for, to figure out these queries and answer them in your FAQ section. This will get the exact structure done for you, and this will get you cited on AI. You need to follow everything that I'm telling you because this is the only way it's going to work. Next thing, this is what the internet has turned into. What is the definition of SEO today? SEO is, guess what, guys? SEO is no longer search engine optimization, it's search everywhere optimization. People are looking for a business on every single platform right now. And when most people hear SEO, they're thinking about Google, they're thinking about keywords, they're thinking about backlinks, meta description, page speed, the whole playbook that has been the industry standard for more than 15 years. And I want to be very clear about something that a lot of people teaching AI SEO will not tell you. This is something that I want you to know because you're here on this masterclass with me. That playbook is still the foundation, and it is very important even today to set the structure for your business to rank long term. If you are ranking on AI just by optimizing your platforms like Reddit, Quora, Instagram, YouTube, you will show up on AI answers if you're doing things correctly. If your website is not structured correctly, you will show up on AI answers if you're on our platforms. But the catch here is you will not rank for more than 2 to 4 weeks on those platforms. If you want a business to consistently show up for months and years on AI platforms and have it optimized, you need to have your website structured with the correct traditional SEO, which is very relevant to have an AI foundation for longer term rankings. That is what is going to make sure your business is there right now on the internet. And that is exactly what I'm here to tell you about. So let's say traditional SEO is dead. It is not actually, because this is exactly what proves it. It is not dying, it is not being replaced. If you can only pick one discipline and invest in it right now, if you want to rank on AI search, do traditional Google SEO. It is still the highest leverage choice you can make today because you will build authority signals that Google SEO will rank you for, and it is still very relevant. It will get you in Google's ecosystem, it will get you ranked on Google AI overviews, and you have a chance to rank in Gemini too. So you are still showing up on Google AI platforms, just not all of them, but on a few of the search engines by doing SEO correctly for your brand. It is very important because it checks your domain age, your backlink quality, your content depth, schema markup, entity consistency, and all the signals that LLMs also decide when they are choosing content to cite. You need to understand this very important thing. LLMs also see these things on your website if they want to cite you or show your brand up. The more content you have out there, the more relevant content, the more structured content you have out there, the higher chances you have of LLMs recommending you because they have a base, they have a foundation to look at before they put you on them. Let me say this again because it matters. A traditional SEO site wins at AI SEO down the road. There's a lot of noise, people telling you to abandon the SEO strategy and SEO is there and chase AI tactics only. That advice is wrong, and the people giving it either do not understand how these models actually source the information, or they are selling you something that requires you to believe that Google is irrelevant. If Google was irrelevant, not all AI platforms would be sourcing from it, and not you or me would be using Google even today. But this is the critical part. Google's ecosystem alone does not saturate the training and retrieval sources that AI models use. When someone asks Perplexity a question, it is pulling from Reddit threads consistently. ChatGPT's browsing mode pulls from high authority forums, YouTube transcripts, video answers, LinkedIn posts, publisher sites, even press releases for that matter. And Gemini leans on Google's own surface area, but it is increasingly surfacing through YouTube content to give you answers directly. And then you have an entire generation of users who do not type best cafe near me into Google. All they do is search on Instagram, they search on TikTok, they search on YouTube. And that is exactly where you also need to be present, where you also need to do SEO, and it will get you mentioned on here. So the discipline I'm teaching you today is, you can call it SEO if you want, you can call it AI SEO if you want, you can call it search everywhere optimization if you want. It is a recognition that every platform where your buyers ask questions, You are mentioned there, you have content on those platforms, and you need to occupy real estate on those platforms. Because AI models do not look at a website, they triangulate across all of these surfaces to decide who the authority on a topic actually is. Now, traditional SEO being the top on in the funnel, there's everything that falls under it. SEO is no longer one thing, it is a whole umbrella. There's Google SEO, Reddit SEO, YouTube SEO, LinkedIn SEO, Quora SEO, Instagram SEO, and every single social platform has its SEO on its own. If AI aggregates lives across all the platforms out there. And being on one platform is not going to get you mentioned on AI or consistently ranked on AI. Now, I will tell you a secret on how I actually find the queries that people are looking for, the questions my clients are asking me, the questions that I answer on websites. This is what you need to do. This is what you need to figure out. It's absolutely free for you to do. You can do it on your own, in your own time, in your own way. And this will answer a lot of questions for you. The answer the public method. Go to this website, answerpublic.com, type in one keyword from your niche or one industry or something that you want answers to or want to know what people are asking for. Let's say it's diamond chains. It will pull out an entire list of questions that people are actually asking that has Google search volume or AI search volume on it right now. Pull out the top 20 real questions that you resonate with, that your customers, your clients, your brand resonates with, and what people are actually typing instead of thinking what they are typing. This is the exact result that you get. Answer each of these questions on 6 different surfaces for maximum visibility. Write a Reddit article about it, comment on different Reddit posts about it, comment on different forums about it, make sure it's unbiased, comment on Quora, comment on YouTube shorts, make YouTube shorts around that particular topic for your brand, have an Instagram reel mentioning that topic, have a LinkedIn post mentioning that topic, and have a blog page on your website. Once you have these and you're doing it consistently for 60 days, you have 120 pieces of content across 6 different platforms on 20 questions that you are asked in your business. AI will not ignore this. Trust me, you will start showing up in these platforms in the next 60 days if you follow this exact method. I am guaranteeing this to you because I've done it for multiple hundred people already. And this is what I do day in and day out. One question, 6 pieces of content, 6 different platforms. I will explain to you with an example to make it super easy for you. Let's ask the question, are lab grown diamonds real? What I need to do on Reddit is comment on this exact subreddit or this thread in the art jewelry section with my take on what I think about it. 200 words, make it super helpful, and do not do any kind of brand integrations here at all. Just make it super helpful so that you get a lot of upvotes, and then when the conversation starts, you can slightly integrate the brand. The second thing you need to do is on Quora, what you can do is you can write a detailed answer on it, and you can cite that you have gotten this information from the blog that you've posted on a website. Now, act as a third party user when you're doing this. Do not try to give it the ownership. Like, I'm the owner, I have written a blog on my website and I'm putting it out there. Quora will de-rank you. On YouTube, what you need to do is make a 45-second short confirming, breaking it down about this exact thing and link it to the blog that you already made on your website. Now you have the content on your website. You just need to get traffic to it. And this is the multiple platforms that you get traffic from. Whether or not your videos get views, whether or not your Reddit Quora threads get the likes, whether or not Instagram, LinkedIn, another blog post get the likes, AI will know that you are consistent across all platforms and it will cite you. And that is the most important thing that you need to look at today. That's the fastest way of ranking on AI search today. On LinkedIn, you can write a long form post with your professional opinion. On Instagram, you can create a reel using the same script that you've done it on YouTube. Or you know what, just post the same video on Instagram as well with the same caption and the same hook. This will make sure that you're consistent across all the platforms. Now, how to measure what AI thinks of you, how to track rankings, how to re-index fast on AI platforms, and how to actually run these prompts again and again across ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, AI reviews every single week. Now, I will tell you one thing that you need to manually re-index every single page that you make changes on, but you cannot track every single query on AI search today. on your own. You will need tools. You might get exhausted of doing it manually, but you will need tools. And I'll tell you the tools that I personally use in my day-to-day life that you can do. Some of them are free, some of them have very, very low barriers to entry, very low cost that I will recommend you to use. And these are the tools that I use day to day to help tracking, and that works really, really well. So, tools that we use to track AI rankings, these are the tools that I am currently using in my own company. This is what my clients also get to see. We are using Profound. This is an AI tool to show me the cleanest dashboard for ChatGPT and Perplexity share of voice, where my business is ranking, in what geography, how much share of voice do I actually have on these platforms. The second one is Peak AI. It is good for tracking entity level mentions across different engines, and that is all it is good for. Then comes Otterly AI. This is the one that most of you are going to use. This is the one that most of you are actually going to get their rankings from. And then we will move on to the other ones as well. Now there is Athena HQ. This is an enterprise grade tool. This is what enterprises use. This is a tool started by one of the Google searches researchers and one of the oldest people in the industry. And this is a deep citation source. Now these tools are going to help you track the rankings. They're not going to tell you how to rank. They're just going to tell you what is ranking, what is not ranking, and what queries are working, and where your business is showing. The next thing is SEMrush's AI toolkit. If you are already paying for SEMrush, it's amazing. This module is included for you. If you're paying for Ahrefs, this model is already included for you. And the last one is SE rankings. This is very beginner friendly, very easy platform to understand, and the most affordable platform instead of SEMrush for Indian budgets to use. If I had to use one platform, I would use SE ranking AI, or I would probably use Ahrefs. These are the two platforms I use on a daily. For enterprise clients, we use Athena HQ, and that is what works the best for them. Now, why I mentioned that you need to manually reindex every single page that you have touched on your website. This is very simple. You need to edit the page for Google to notice it. Now, Google gets to it when it gets to it. But if you manually reindex it every single time that you've made a change to the page, what ends up happening is you submit the URL to the console, and within a few days, the feedback loops from Google comes in, the crawlers come in on your website. On those pages, Google basically gets a push to mention you when you manually reindex the page, and not wait for Google to do it. Google has billions of pages to reindex every single day, and it is not going to prioritize your business, so you need to manually do it yourself. The proof and the gap, here's what the winners look like and what losers look like, and what it costs to be on both the sides of the brand. Now, the brand that we ranked on AI searches was very straight, right? How can you rank a brand that is opened in 2015, whereas there are competitors which are, founded in 1837 and have a bunch of authority since they have been online since the last probably 25, 30 years that they've been online, like Tiffany, Cartier, Bulgari. How do you do it? How do these brands get ranked below someone that has been in the industry for only 11 years? This is the proof in front of you. If you follow the exact structure that I've told you, your brand will also start ranking here. Now, these are a few of the businesses that we worked with, and these are the businesses that are actually ranking. Right from BYD to Icebox to SwissWatches.com, we've done it for Hero Honda. We have done it for the government of Qatar. We've done it for Kotak, Oracle, and multiple other companies across the globe to rank their businesses on AI. Whether it's India, UAE, US, Europe, jewelry, D2C, real estate, healthcare, education, SaaS, we rank brands across platforms in AI searches. Two different businesses, same category, and different futures. You need to decide where your business is going to rank over the course of the next 12 months. If you had started your journey 12 months ago, what your business would have looked like today is basically it would be cited in every AI engine. It would have compounded month over month and become the default answer in the category that you service. Your marketing costs would have dropped a long time back. But since you have not done it and you have an opportunity to do it today before it gets 2 to 3 times more expensive, don't wait for the right moment, because if you're waiting for the right moment, you are not only going to be absent in AI answers, you're not going to show up in your own niche. You will end up paying more to Google ads to show up your brand and that is not an AI. AI does not have those level of ads. Now, ChatGPT might have introduced ads on it, but the people that are not already using paid ChatGPT are not going to be a target audience either. So AI ads are not a thing right now. The cost to rank on AI cannot be defined. It's priceless right now because there's no possible way to show up your business on number one for the keywords you want on AI search. And the only way you can do it is doing these traditional methods that I've shown you. Six mistakes that are going to be an absolute waste of money on AI SEO. If you're just paying for AI SEO packages based on the backlinks that they're producing, or if you're just doing Reddit marketing, just Reddit accounts, or if you're buying any kind of tracking tools before you have actually posted content on your own website or across platforms. If you're tracking nothing, then you're not going to show up on AI. You're just wasting your own money. And I'm going to recommend you to not do it. Ignoring traditional SEO is going to be a big mistake. And I'm going to tell you this again. If you ignore traditional SEO, AI will be a far-fetched dream for you. You will never show up on those platforms. Publishing unedited AI content, if you're generating content using Claude, Perplexity, GPT, any other platform, AI understands and it cannot filter it out from human content. You've lost. You have absolutely lost. We have created an entire system for this where we have an automation in our own company that we have developed for writing blogs. We use AI to write blogs, but the way we do it is very different. We have human prompts inside it. We fine tune it on the basis of what we want to do in terms of ranking on AI, and we have made sure we have the correct set of queries that we give to AI before it generates any kind of blog for us. It does very relevant blog generation. And to be very honest with you guys on this call, I get about 40% of the people who me through my website, through these blogs that I have written through AI, by giving it enough context. That is a structure that if you want access to, you can always reach out to me. Happy to help you through with that. Making on-page changes without manually re-indexing in Search Console is the biggest mistake you can make, because then you are waiting for Google to rank your business on AI. And that is never going to happen because Google takes a lot of time to do these things. Now that you are through with how to rank on AI, here's what you need to do. These are the 7 things you need to do today after this call for your own business that will show you up on these platforms. Starting with the most important thing. Run your business on ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini. Write down who's named instead of you, where your competitors are named, who are these competitors who are named. Then you need to do an audit of the top 10 pages for the schema markups on these competitors' websites. That will be a very important part, and it will help you understand why these businesses are ranking and why is you're not ranking on there right now. And openanswerspublic.com, get these 20 questions, pull them, write an entire spreadsheet about the content, about the blogs, on what you can actually solve for people, post it across multiple platforms and see the difference for yourself. Write one answer first blog post. I have explained this to you very clearly. Answer first before anything, before giving extra content just to rank more keywords. Do not focus on more keywords, focus on solving a problem. That is what AI likes. The first paragraph should answer the question in 2 sentences. Start 5 different Reddit answers in your niche and start responding to people who are looking to solve problems in your industry right away. That will get you ranked on AI when people actually look at you as a trusted source, solving what problem people are looking for, directing them to the right places. That is not promotional, that is useful, and Reddit will appreciate you for it. You will show up on AI. Check your Google My Business profile today. Make sure it is 100% complete. Make sure it is video verified. That is one of the hardest things to do. And fill in every single field. Upload at least 4 different articles on your Google My Business profile as updates, as offers, and as announcements every single month. And upload 10 new photos every single month. You will see a difference and you will thank me later for telling you this. And the last thing that you need to do by the end of the week is pick 3 directories that your competitors are showing up on and try to get your businesses listed on those directories in the same consistency. This will get you on AI answers. Now, coming to the end of this conversation, before we move on to the questions, If you want someone to look at your business, I do that. And currently I am looking to help as many Indian businesses as possible, because that is exactly what drives me. If you're looking for a one-on-one consultation to grow your business, and you're a busy business owner or want to understand this in greater depth than I've currently explained it, you can sign up for a consultation call. I'm giving an exclusive code to the people who are on this masterclass to get a full audit for your brand on AI. I will give you an exact 60-minute call, a screenshot, and a 90-day content roadmap on how to show up. This is for people who do not want to make the mistakes that brands are already making. So, yeah, do consider this. Moving on, because this is not a workshop that I want to upsell on. I just want to help out businesses, as many of them as possible. I will be sharing the code on the group as well after this meeting. So, check that out. Now, if you want an exact in-depth knowledge on how SEO is working, on how AI search is working, on how it is evolving every single day, when brands like Claude, Perplexity, Gemini, and OpenAI are actually launching new models every single week, and they're launching different things that are changing and affecting rankings. I post live updates, community teardowns, exact case study on what is happening in this industry, tool recommendations on my page, the SEO School on Instagram. This is where you can see it. And this is the exact place I want you to be at. We have a Discord server where we basically also, have the entire community chat, interact, and make sure that we are actually solving the same problem. I do answer a lot of questions on our community. So if you're not already there, you're absolutely missing out on. Now, I will leave the floor open for questions. Happy to answer them one on one. Happy to answer them through a link. I'm available to chat on Discord, so we can definitely take the conversation there. All of the questions will be answered. Anything that you might have specific to your business, I will answer it, and I will make sure that it's absolutely blunt. You might not want to hear that answer, but that is exactly what is going to help you. So AI does not invent authority. It aggregates signals of authority that already exists. If you're not visible across channels, then there's nothing for AI to aggregate. And that is about the workshop today. Thank you guys for joining in. This has been an absolute pleasure to host. And I would love for you guys to turn on your cameras now so that I can actually see all of the lovely people who've attended this workshop. We'll be taking a photo as well, guys. I'm stopping screen share so that I can actually see every one of you and start interacting as well. Beautiful. I'm taking a photo, so I want everyone to turn on the camera and smile right now. Everyone here can feel free to take pictures, post on Instagram, and I will repost your story as well. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Now I'm opening the chat for everyone. You can start asking questions. I will answer them on this call right away. Throw your questions at me and let's get started. I see. Okay. I share this presentation. So I am going to be uploading this same masterclass on my YouTube. So you can go and follow me there at Jadwani Prithvi, and you will be getting access